Hey everyone, how's it going today? My name is Randy and welcome back to my channel. My last video, I did a review of the Max Factory Marin Kitagawa figure, and in that video, I did a comparison between the Aniplex and the Max Factory school uniform figures. And that video is just going to be way too long with all of that in there. It was, I think, 26 or 27 minutes when everything was done and edited and everything. So I decided to remove the comparison portions of that video, and so the following footage is going to be clipped from that video. So totally different look, totally different shirt, totally different everything. So I hope you like the comparison. I hope it helps you if you're trying to decide between which scale figure to get for her school uniform. So hopefully this can help. I may add a little something extra at the end, so stay tuned for that for kind of like a final thoughts, because now I've had a week or two with the figures together, so I may have a little bit more to add on. So yeah, with that being said, enjoy the comparison footage that I had for the previous video, and I'll see you at the end. All right, back with the two Marins. This is the Aniplex one that I was talking about. Same scale, it's 1/7 scale. And I never really realized, now that I have them together like this, just how much more vibrant the paint is on the Max Factory one versus the Aniplex. Now this isn't due to like sun or fading or anything like that. This is how she comes. All my stuff is blocked off from windows and such. But definitely just overall duller colors on the Aniplex one. I know there's a lot of back and forth online about her face. Some people say it's fine. Some people think that it looks wicked strange. And to me, I love the face on this one. It's probably the best one to really capture that classic look that she has, that signature smile, that really big grin. I think it's great, but you do have to look at her dead on. So because of the interesting pose that she's in, you do want to display her generally up somewhere taller. So like a top shelf. It's like a top shelf of the detail for whatever display you may have. If you have like a taller display, you want to put her towards the top, because if you look at her from above, you can't really see her face. And then and then I do agree that the face doesn't look quite right. But if you can display her where you can look directly at her straight on, then I think the face is great. So it is kind of a bummer in that regard that you have to look at her a certain way. Like I said, the colors are a little duller, but you do have her longer, thinner strands of hair. I do love the flow, like billowing out in the wind is really great. Everything is kind of moving that direction. So the tie, the hair, the skirt is all kind of blowing in the wind, which I like. And you just gotta love the peace sign that she's giving. I will say the detailing on the shirt is a little better on Max Factory too. Overall, generally speaking, I'd say the details are sharper here than they are here. Pretty much goes for anything and everything. The line work on the skirts are both great, so that's good. But you just have kind of a brighter, or like a duller blue over here, as I mentioned about the nails too. These still have the long pink nails, but they're not all glitzed up, glammed up. But they still look good. But Max Factory just kind of went the extra mile. Her skin tone on Max Factory one is it's not as pale. Like, she's a fair skinned character anyway. The Aniplex one is just very, very, very pale. The backside is the same style on the back as this one. So you're getting the same there. Both are very visible from the back. There's no hiding it. So obviously, when they're displayed facing you, you don't really see it. You would need to pivot around, but just be aware that they're both fairly revealing. All in all, I'm not going to pick and choose which one I like more. Not at this moment. I need a little bit more time with them. I need them to be displayed together for a little bit. But as of now, is more just a compare and contrast, less about which one I like more and which one I like less. Um, Although I did say a lot of good about this one compared to this one, but it's not better or worse. It's just different ways that they attack the character. Brighter and more vibrant, a little more on the dull side is kind of the takeaway. And then the different smile and such. But you can see, I love how small this base is. She's super stable. I've never had any issues, even with the small base. So she fits pretty much everywhere, which is awesome. All right, hope you enjoyed that. So I just wanted to give some final thoughts, show some close-ups of the figures on some of the details that I was talking about in the clip, and kind of give just my overall final decision on where I stand with these two figures. Not I'm not gonna say like one more than the other because I think they both have really great attributes. So I think they're very complementary, and I think they attack the character and figure in different ways enough that it warrants, if you really love Marin, getting both if you can afford it. Like me, I'm basically building a Marin shrine. Most scales I plan on getting, so I couldn't help myself. I had to get both. Anyway, let me bring up both of the Marins one by one and kind of go over some of the things that I was discussing. So here is the Aniplex, and I think the face looks absolutely perfect. I'd say it's a little bit more on the manga representation as opposed to the anime adaptation, whereas the Max Factory one definitely more on the anime adaptation side. So there's that. And then the shirt details. Obviously, the pocket is still defined, and there are obviously still buttons there. But I wanted to show the definition of or showcase how Max Factory implemented this. And I really, really like how they did the buttons on her shirt. It's probably hard to tell in the footage, but the pocket is just like a little more 3D, like it has a bit more of an edge to it. So it allows it to pop off the shirt just a little bit more. And lastly, I just wanted to touch upon the hair and the very, very different coloring that they decided to go with. So I'll bring both of these up. So here's the Aniplex one, and then the Max Factory one over here. You can see that the Max Factory one is more of a golden yellow, and then the Aniplex a bit more on the blonde side of things. It's certainly a lighter yellow color. Now, when I went back to look at the anime a little bit, because it's been so long since I've actually watched it, I will say, and also the covers of the manga and everything, they're definitely that lighter blonde yellow color. I actually think the Aniplex version is probably more accurate to the source material. But the Max Factory one is nice on the eyes with that really nice golden blonde. So if like authenticity is something that you really value in a figure, the Aniplex one is probably a little bit more authentic actually. And now just a really quick final thoughts. If you really love Marin's iconic big wide grin that she often has, then I'd say the Aniplex one is the way to go. I don't think you can go wrong with it. The face is great. They nailed the face, in my opinion. Again, you got to look at it at very specific angles, more of a front-on view. If she's going to be high in the display, I think it'll still look okay. But if it's lower than eye level, then her face is really hard to see, really obfuscated, shadows from the hair. So, like I was mentioning, eye level is going to be the perfect place for her. And then I think the face looks very, 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 very good. Great pose. There's still really good detailing on the figure. Overall, think it's a really, really good one. If you want something a little more vibrant, something that pops when somebody walks into the room, it's going to give off more of a summer vibe, I feel. If you enjoy like a cast-off nature, then the Max Factory one is the way to go. If you don't care about her not having like that signature wide grin, a lot of people don't really like that, or they think sometimes it doesn't translate well into figure form, then Max Factory's got you covered. Still a fantastic face sculpt. Really, really, really cute smile still. So all in all, they're both very, very good. I'm not going to say like one more than another, but they do have their pros and cons, which I've tried to kind of lay out in this video. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Let me know which figure you like the best. If you have both, definitely love to hear your thoughts. If you don't have either of them, which one do you maybe plan on picking up? Love to hear from you. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, do any of those YouTube-y things. Help me out with the algorithm and help boost this channel. That would be awesome. But if not, that's cool. Thank you so much for joining me for this anyway. Watching it has been more than enough, so thank you very much. And I will see you in another video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.